Hey guys, welcome back. I'm James and this is the Rebel Base Builds. I'm learning a new app called Forger. You may have seen this in my last video. And I've been learning some different skills. So when my friend from the Smuggler's Room, Brian Thompson, reached out and asked me if I could create him some crazy critters for his next diorama build, I jumped at the chance. Let's check it out. Okay, let's open up Forger here on my iPad. So digital sculpting in Forger is very different from any type of 3D modeling I've done before. I'm very comfortable in using hard surface modeling skills such as extrusion and insert and creating new topography with swift loops, etc. Organic modeling is a lot more artistic in my opinion, and to be honest with you, I've never really found it that easy. So I've tried a few different programs in the past, but I really enjoy Forger on the iPad. This model is based on the Mynock from Empire Strikes Back. So I've had a look online at all sorts of different references and I've come up with my own ideas. So this guy is kind of an inspired version of the Mynock. Let's check it out. So there are many approaches to 3D modeling. However, I find both in hard surface modeling and organic modeling that one of the best ways to achieve the basic shape is to use primitive objects such as cylinders, cubes and spheres as a starting point. As we can see, the Mynock has a spherical head, although it has been squished. I'm using an iPad pencil to manipulate the mesh, and I'm using my finger to manipulate the camera. Doing these two things together works really well. I find it so much easier than using a mouse or a keyboard, or even a graphics tablet. Let's look at the menu. Down the right hand side you can see that there are several different tools. These include things such as standard, clay, move, flatten, layer, inflate, pinch, smooth, crease. The list goes on, but these allow you to manipulate the mesh in many different ways. On the left hand side you can see a button that has a plus and minus sign on it. If you hold this down at the same time as using one of the tools on the right, it will give you the opposite effect. For example, rather than adding to a mesh, it will take away from it. The body, you could use a cylinder. The frames of the wings could also be cylinders, you would just need to make these smaller and stretch them out. The wings themselves are obviously quite thin, so you could use a plane or a cube. Once we've merged things into one mesh, the next step is to create more topology. We need more polygons to allow us to add more detail to the mesh, so we use a function called subdivide or remesh. As you can see from the wireframe, we now have a lot more to work with. This allows us to add smaller details, or the nodules along the top of the arm. You'll find as the model becomes more detailed that you'll want to zoom in and add even smaller details. This is where the subdivide tool comes in handy. However, these critters are going to be 3D printed at quite a small scale, so detail isn't hugely important here. As you can see over time, and this took me about an hour and a half, I've gone from some really basic shapes to a kind of cool looking Mynock. Now, let's see how well it printed. Thanks for watching guys, and I hope you found that useful. Be sure to go and check out Brian's video where you can see how he printed my models and incorporated them into his diorama. Thanks for watching guys, take care.